Look at this funny old man. He looks like something from a Nollywood movie.
They say beauty can open doors, but what happens when beauty is mixed with pride? This is the story of a young slay queen who thought the whole world was beneath her. She mocked an old village herbalist in front of everyone, but what followed next, no one could have imagined. Ngozi was the kind of young woman everyone noticed the moment she stepped into a room. She was 22, slim, tall, and always dressed in the latest trending outfits. Her wigs were long and shiny, her nails sharp and colorful, and she never went anywhere without her brand new iPhone in her hand. People in the city called her a slay queen because she lived her life for admiration, for pictures, for likes. She carried herself with so much pride that she looked down on anyone who didn't match her standard. Whenever she spoke, there was always a sharpness in her tone, as if she believed she was better than everyone else around her. One weekend she traveled back to her father's village for her grandmother's burial. The whole community gathered. Elders in their white wrappers, children running around barefoot, family members and strangers coming from far and near to pay their last respects. Among the guests was the village herbalist, an old man named Pa Okonkwo. His raffia cloth hung loosely around him, cowries dangled from his neck, and his walking stick carried strange carvings. People respected him deeply, saying he carried the wisdom of the ancestors. But to Ngozi, he was nothing more than a dirty old native doctor. The moment she saw him step into the compound, she leaned toward her friends and said loudly, "You, look at him. He smells of leaves and dirt. How can people in this century still believe in this nonsense?" Her friends burst out laughing. She even brought out her phone, put on her TikTok camera and said, "Guys, see our village witch doctor. If this is what tradition looks like, I reject it. I only believe in vibes and luxury." The video was uploaded that same evening. It went viral quickly. City folks mocked the herbalist in her comment section, laughing at the sight of the old man. But in the village, everyone shook their heads. People whispered warnings to Ngozi. "Be careful how you mock an elder," they said. "His ways may be old, but his power is not small." She ignored them completely. She was too proud, too confident, too sure that nothing could touch her. That very night, strange things began to happen. Ngozi could not sleep. Each time she closed her eyes, she heard faint whispers. Voices calling her in the dark. Child of pride, her phone refused to switch off. Even when the battery died, the screen flickered with a ghostly light. She tossed and turned until morning, but morning brought no peace. When she looked at herself in the mirror, she screamed. Her expensive wig had turned grey overnight, as though she had aged 100 years. Her once flawless skin itched and peeled. Her lips cracked, her face swelled. The slay queen whose beauty once commanded attention could not even recognize her own reflection. Her father rushed her to the hospital, but the doctors found nothing wrong. They ran every test, yet the results said she was perfectly healthy. Still, her body continued to change. Her father, desperate and broken, took her to the very herbalist she mocked. Pa Okonkwo looked at her with calm eyes. He shook his head slowly and said, "Beauty without humility is emptiness. You mocked what you did not understand. Now, the spirits of your ancestors are teaching you a lesson." Ngozi fell to her knees, tears rolling down her swollen face. "Please forgive me," she cried. "I didn't know. I was only joking. I didn't mean to insult you." The old man picked herbs, poured palm wine, and prepared a cleansing bath. For 3 days he performed rituals. At the end of it, Ngozi's skin cleared, her face returned to normal, and her wig slowly regained its color. Her beauty was restored, but her pride was gone. From that day on, Ngozi changed. She deleted her mocking videos, stopped chasing clout, and began to live quietly. She respected elders, listened to wisdom, and whenever she saw young people laugh at tradition, she would warn them. "Be careful," she said. Not everything old is foolish. Sometimes what you laugh at may be the very thing that saves you. And so the story reminds us, pride always comes before a fall. True beauty is not in wigs, makeup, or fancy clothes. True beauty is in humility and respect. Never mock elders or traditions you do not understand, because the spirits may decide to teach you a lesson the hard way.